From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Local Point, brought to you by Strata Networks. I'm David Gale, filling in for Chris Piner today. Joining me in the studio, we have Lainey Hancock and Bart Burnside of The Edge of Life. Thank you very much for joining us. I got your names right.
Yes.
Correct. Bart Burnside. That's a strong name. I like that. The Edge of Life. Okay, let's start by talking about what exactly the organization is. Where do you guys come from? What is The Edge of Life?
Well, The Edge of Life is a brand new organization that just kind of developed here over the last couple of weeks. It developed with the concern that we have with youth and young adults, 20s to 30s. They've come across as thinking that in some cases suicide's easier than living life. Okay. And it becomes copycat. It becomes built into their system as they've seen other people do it. And we're just trying to show kids, young adults, that life is so much more. There's so much more that you can gain. And yeah, you may struggle, but we love you. And we want to make sure that people know that if they need a place to come and to talk and to be, that The Edge will be there. And if there's anything that we can help them through crisis-wise, then we're going to have the organization that's going to be able to set them forward and correct their activities that need to be done.
So a suicide prevention and support organization. Now, is it brick and mortar? Is this just a loose group of people? How is it put together?
Well, what it actually is, we're just in the beginning stages. We have a festival where we're just trying to get everything started. We're going to have bands for the first year, and we are going to have speakers, and we're going to have families of some of the suicide victims that they're going to come and speak. We're going to have a suicide prevention group out of Salt Lake come and speak. We're giving them information to help them and give them tools like even the families to know the signs, to see the signs of what might be causing this. Even maybe try to get some of the schools involved to where some of the the counselors and the teachers and that can notice things, because lots of times people don't even just the littlest slightest things these kids are saying or doing. You'll talk to a family member later on and they'll say, I never knew, but then they start noticing little signs and little things that they said. And so we're going to try to get different counseling groups, suicide prevention groups to come in. We also want church youth groups that we're going to try to bring them in to give them another outlet of things to do, try to get some sports or some drama groups from the school, something to give these kids another outlet to see that there is other things out there. But first of all, we're going to give them the tools to know what caused, why these kids are wanting to do this. We're giving them different outlets of things to do, just all kinds. Plus, we're going to make it a little bit fun too. It's not going to be so serious. That's why we're bringing the bands in, and the speaker is a comedian too. And it's plus with a lot of the church stuff too. It's giving them Christ-centered type thing too that they can go to too. Just so many different things and different outlets where they can go to.
Sure. Now, you say that this is in its infancy. It was just organized a couple weeks ago. Obviously, this is a great work, a great effort, something that I don't think anybody would say we don't need. No. But why so recently? What motivated you or whoever it was that put this together to say, you know what, we need to do something? What was the catalyst? Why is it happening now?
I think we both have a story, but my girls have seen that there are kids here. I don't want to say broken is a good word, but they're broken. They're hurting. They don't understand things that go on in life, and it can be as easy as bullying in school to
peer pressure.
Exactly, peer pressure. I've had people that, you don't want to use names. You've played softball with them. You've played, and all of a sudden,
a lot of friends and family and people that there's just so much. If you look in the basin, and we've checked into, some of the stats and stuff. If you look at our stats per the Uinta Basin, towards the rest of the state, we're the highest for the whole state per our capita.
Really?
Yeah. And then if you look for Utah in some of the age groups is 11 for the whole United States. So if you put in that perspective, the Uinta Basin is number 11 for the whole United States. I mean, that's huge. That's high.
Huh.
I mean, and if you really look at how many kids in the last year and a half that have committed suicide, I mean, that's at least 2 hands full of kids that have committed suicide.
Wow.
Just in the last year and a half, and their friends and their kids that my kids have played ball with or been friends with or went on dates, hung out with. I've seen these kids playing baseball and football together with them, and it's kids I know personally, and it's just broke my heart, and then you see some of these kids that look on the front and, out front, they look like they have it going on. They have, they are involved in sports and all kinds of, school things, and they have scholarships, and, they're driving nice cars, and they're having fun with their friends. And some of these kids, the other kids will say, are kids that they would go talk to when they were having problems.
Yeah.
I
would guess.
Yeah, and then they seemed to the other kids, they had it all together. And they were the ones that they would go talk to when they were upset. And then all of a sudden, this kid, commits suicide. And it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? So it's rocking their worlds, too, because these other kids are thinking that these kids have got it together. So if
they don't have it together.
Yeah, exactly.
Then
what do I have? Yeah. So then you see a lot of the copycat stuff. Yeah. And some of them are very dramatic ways that these kids are committing suicide, too. And it's like, why? Was it for attention? What was it? Was it just because they were upset? But you stop to think about a lot of these times when these kids are committing suicide, it's for that 1 second that life seems so bad. And then you hear about some kids that have tried to commit suicide. There's a kid that is out in Salt Lake that for 1 second he tried to commit suicide, hung himself, and he survived. But now he's paralyzed from the neck down. But he said, for that 1 second, he just wanted to end his life, but now he's glad that he didn't. But then...
He's coming.
Yeah, and this kid's coming to speak at our event. But what the sad thing about it is his 10-year-old brother, and he was younger at the time, seen what happened to him, but still ended up committing suicide at 10 years old.
Wow. Wow. Well,
yeah.
I want to, it's such an important topic, and a great organization, and most importantly, you've got some events coming up, one in particular, so stay with us. We're going to hear more from Lainey and Bart about this important message, as well as the events that they're putting together to help it, right after this break.
Strata Networks is proud to bring the first true 4G LTE network to the Uinta Basin. 4G LTE is the most powerful mobile broadband available anywhere in the world. With speeds up to 10 times faster than 3G, you can stay connected like never before. Video chat without delay, stream HD TV or movies in an instant, and download or upload in seconds. For details, visit us in Roosevelt or Vernal or call 622-5007. More speed, more power. 4G LTE, only from Strata Networks.
Welcome back to Local Point. We're here again with Lainey Hancock and Bart Burnside with the newly formed organization, The Edge of Life, a teen suicide and even young adult suicide prevention and support group. Now, one of the main things that you're doing to kind of kick off this organization is an event coming up.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
It's called the Awakening Experience, and it will be August 30th and 31st, and it'll be held at the Western Park Amphitheater. It's basically, hopefully, a 2-day party.
Okay.
We want to bring in some local Christian bands, and we have a speaker that is a motivational speaker for youth, and at the same time, we're going to have parents who come and speak that have lost their children to suicide. We're going to have concessions, T-shirts, material for parents, youth. Just give the kids something to know that they have an opportunity where they can go and where they can turn. We'll hopefully get the counselors out there from the school, from Uinta High, and also from the local
Junior
highs,
Sure.
to get them out there. But we want to have a good time. We want people to just come and let everything that they've experienced before they walk through those gates be open, free. Don't worry about anything while you're here. and have a great time. And the only way that we're able to do that is through our sponsorship.
Right.
We're trying to make this as much fun as we can, but again, we don't want to charge these kids to come. We want them to come and hang out and have a good time, and we do it all through sponsorship. This is a non-profit organization that we have, and so by giving to us, they're giving to the community at this time. And
how's the reception been so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, whoever we talk to, everybody has a story. Everyone has a story. But they've been very, very, as far as money and help, we need volunteers. Not only do we need the money and the help that way, but we do need volunteers. And we do want people to walk around and be able to not only help us as far as physically getting, this is going to be a lot of work.
Yeah, for sure.
But, we're going to need people that these kids can talk to and work with. Plus, I mean, we want to get a lot of groups, youth groups and sports groups and, just like drama groups. I mean, just different things that these kids can turn to.
Yeah.
But we also, we're going to have the Fallen Brothers group out of Salt Lake, where they do work with us. They go into the schools, they go to different places, and they speak to people. We're going to give people information on this, so we're not just going to, say, kind of tiptoe about it. We want to have people have information to know, how to deal with this, and so we'll have people there for that, and counseling, different type of counseling and stuff. If there is kids that are thinking about it, that they can have somebody to talk to and say, hey, I've really been thinking about doing this, help me. And we'll have different groups, not only that, but we'll have different church group stuff and, all kinds of stuff for these kids to turn to, and the families. Because it's not just about that, it's about the families too. And that's why we have families that are going to be coming in and talking to.
So people who may be watching this, where can they go to say, hey, I'd like to help, or where can they get more information?
We've just launched our website, and it's called vernalalive.com, www. Go on there, and it lists our purpose. It lists how you can donate, become a sponsor. We have sponsors on there now that you can see. If you would like to volunteer, you can message us and get involved, and we'd love to have as many people as we can, of course, along with the financial support that we have.
Okay, so again, Western Park, August
30th and 31st.
30th and 31st, all day long?
Friday night and all day Saturday.
Okay. And we've only got just under a minute left, but I'd like to know what you guys hope happens because of this. At the end of this event, what's your goal here?
If we save one person's life, we've done it.
Yeah.
And this is the beginning process of
Hopefully something big.
Yeah. But somebody needs to hear that they're loved. Whether they're being, again, pressured, bullied, abused, we don't know.
And, there's so much in the schools you'll find out, not only cyberbullying, there's just physical bullying, there's just the kids have a lot of teen pressure, and then pressure they put on themselves, family pressure that the parents don't realize that you're putting on these kids to the extent. And we want, because most of the time kids don't always talk to their parents, but we want to have them feel like there's other places they can go to talk to. Yeah. And like you said, if there's one kid or one person that is saved from this, that's what this was for. Yeah. And it was worth everything.
Yeah. Well, thank you so very much. It's a great message and a great organization. Best of luck. Again, that was August 30th and 31st, Western Park. Thank you for watching today's show. That's all for now. Please join us next time right here on VTV Channel 6.